Thank you, Mr. Carlson, for your remarks. Jenée Carlson is a 2015 graduate of Sycamore High School. She studied social entrepreneurship and business management at Northern Illinois University, which provided her with the opportunity to work with nonprofits and social enterprises in Mexico and Africa. She also founded the first on-campus food pantry at NIU. After 3 years in the corporate world, she decided to pursue her passion for helping people full-time and became a nonprofit consultant. She is now the executive director of Tanzania Development Support, which focuses on improving education for girls and boys in one of the poorest areas of the country. She is eager to continue supporting access to education for all. I would now like to welcome Ms. Jenée Carlson.
Sorry. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for having me here, and congratulations to all of the students for being selected to be a part of National Honor Society. It wasn't too long ago that I was in your seat. I also had to deal with my father as the principal, so I can empathize with all of you. But regardless, I'm really grateful to have been asked back to be here with you tonight. Sycamore High School truly opened so many doors of opportunity for me, and I hope it will do the same for you. During a commencement speech back in 2014, Jim Carrey stated that life does not happen to you, it happens for you. No one really knows if this is true, but I definitely believe it helps put a positive spin on things for the rest of your life. Imagining that the entire world is conspiring to help you is a pretty great mindset. Every decision that you have made so far has brought you to this exact moment to be recognized and celebrated for your commitment to your education, the ways in which you serve your community, your leadership skills, and your character. Your commitment to your education has proven that each of you value learning, which will set you up for success. Being innately curious and becoming a lifelong learner prepares you to take on any challenge that comes your way. Serving your community is admirable. There's a reason so many people choose to stay here, and that is because they know Sycamore will provide an overwhelming amount of support whenever and wherever it is needed. The ways in which you give back to the community now clearly stands out to your teachers and to your peers. Your leadership skills are beyond important, and each of you are leaders in your own ways, even if you don't see yourself as one. People look up to you, so it's now your responsibility to continue setting that example for how you believe people should be treating others. And most importantly, your character. Your character is made up of your habits and your values. These allow you to embrace who you are in order to become the best version of yourself. Your authentic best self is exactly what this world needs and what Sycamore High School values. You have probably heard stories about the brilliant students that have walked the halls before you, and now you are one of them. In a few years, students will be talking about all of the great things that you have done. Embrace it. And remember, as you continue on your journey of learning, nothing is impossible and everything is within reach. Last year at this time, I had just quit my job in sales without a plan. Most people told me I should have waited to secure a new role first, but I knew in my heart that I was not aligned with my values, and I was compromising my integrity due to the nature of the job. I had to drop my ego, which I have a very big one sometimes, and let go of my need for acceptance to make a decision that many people, including myself, considered a failure because I was only at the job for 1 month. But from my perspective now, failure was truly only redirection to a better path, and I never felt more confident about a decision in my entire life. I was unemployed for a month, and I spent that time focusing on learning who I really wanted to be and who I really currently was. Trust me, it was not fun rethinking my entire life at age 25. I was calling it my quarter-life crisis, and I realized that I had lingered away from my values for a very long time. But I constantly reminded myself that everything was going to be happening exactly as it was supposed to. So while I avoided applying for jobs, I wrote down in my journal what I wanted. And I actually went and found my journal so I could read this to you. I had written down that I want a life of serving others. I want a flexible, remote job that allows me to do so. I want the freedom to travel as much as I want and whenever I want. I want a role that allows me to be social and enthusiastic, and I want to be in charge of my own schedule. So I wrote that down and completely forgot about it, but almost exactly 2 weeks later, I was scrolling through Facebook and came across a job posting at a nonprofit that I worked for in college. I was absolutely unqualified, but I decided to reach out and go for it anyways. Within a week, I accepted a remote position with Tanzania Development Support, where our mission is to support community-identified educational improvements for girls and boys as a way to escape poverty. The best part was that the role involved me taking volunteers over to Africa for 3 weeks. I literally got everything I wanted. A year later, I'm now the executive director. So please let my story be proof to you that as long as you stay aligned with your true self, lead a life without fear, remain optimistic, things are going to happen for you in the best possible way. If I would have let fear get the best of me, I would still be sitting in an office working 50+ hours a week, absolutely miserable, but I had chose to not be a victim of my circumstances. I share this story because each of you sitting here this evening already have demonstrated these traits that ultimately show you live without fear. You are the leaders, the change makers, the scholars. You challenge the status quo. And now more than ever, we need new and innovative thinkers to give our world hope that it's not too late to fix our mistakes. It is easy to get caught up in the cycle of negative news, but it is important to understand that we do not have to accept what is happening in our world. We can change, and we can help others change as well. I know it is a heavy lift, but it really is up to our generation to turn things around, and I believe that we can do so. I am inspired to believe this because of the students I work with in Tanzania. Many of them walk 2 hours to and from school, sometimes carrying gallons of water, to learn on broken desks in 100+ degree weather, sharing a single textbook with 30 other students, yet they still dream big because this is their norm. They don't pay attention to all of the obstacles that lay before them. They just think about ways to move around them. With these students, their number one way to break the poverty cycle is through education, so they go all in, and it's working. But unfortunately, many of the villages I work in, the girls will never have a chance to be educated. Some are sold into child marriage or required to stay home if their family cannot afford their education. They also are forced to put education second to household chores, so many days they miss school because they have to stay home to help. These girls have dreams too, but they are never allowed to pursue them. You, however, have the privilege and the freedom to pursue whatever it is that you want. So right now, I want you to begin creating your own definition of what success means to you. When I was your age, I thought it was an abundance of money, but now it is an abundance of freedom and happiness. Visualize your success at the end of a roadmap and then go after it without hesitation. Learn about people who are in a position that you want to be in and commit to making the necessary changes that you need in order to reach your goals. Your only limitations are the ones that you believe lie within you. Take it from some of the most renowned thought leaders in the world. Blake McCoskey, the founder of Tom's Shoes and inventor of the one-for-one business model. Tom became one of the best examples that for-profit companies can also do good. Back to Jim Carrey, he wrote a check for himself for $1 million when he started his acting career, and a year later, he signed his first big role. His contract was written exactly for $1 million. Joe Dispenza, a famous author and researcher, broke 6 vertebrae in his spine, and he discovered a way to recover without surgery. Scientists all over the world are now working with him today to help people help themselves. The founders of SoulCycle, 2 women took a chance and dedicated their lives to building a unique workout class experience, and their first studio was literally in an old funeral home. 10 years later, they sold their business to Equinox for $90 million. The one thing each of these people had in common, along with the millions of others who have reached their definition of success, is that they all bet on themselves despite people telling them that their dreams were unrealistic. They never stopped believing, and they internally removed all limitations. Today, you have the great gift to not only come and learn in a classroom every day, but you also have the unique ability to learn anything you want in the palm of your hand or in a computer lab. Be grateful for that resource and take advantage of it. You are so lucky to be in the position you are in, and you have several staff members, teachers, and community members that support you and believe in you. We are all so excited to see what great things you will do in this world, the obstacles you will overcome, the accomplishments you'll achieve, and if you can't buy into the whole "the world is conspiring to help you" idea, at least know that Sycamore High School is always rooting for you. Moving on in the world, you will meet so many people who never went after their dreams, but you do not have to be one of them. In fact, you can inspire them. Let this induction into the National Honor Society be a message to you that you can do exactly what you want to do and be exactly who you want to be. Remember that life is happening for you, hopefully. So lead with your heart, believe in yourself, remain fearless, and let the rest fall into place. Congratulations. Thank you so much.